G'day guys, how's it going? There seems to be still a lot of interest in regards to Swiss Army knives, and whilst I've shown this before, I'll show it again and show you something different. In my last video, I think I mentioned that my scale on my Swiss Army knife had cracked, and I really have no idea how it managed to do that. I just took it out of my pocket one day and noticed it was chipped, and the chip wasn't in my pocket. So, got no idea, never found the chip either. Like, never found the bit that broke away. So, as a result of the video I put up where I mentioned this, a subscriber in Switzerland said, why don't I contact Swiss Bianco and get some scales off them? And I'd never heard of Swiss Bianco, so I looked them up and I found them. I bought these ones off the Canadian division because it just seemed easier to buy it off them and have them sent to Australia rather than the one based in Switzerland. And most people that know me know that, or if they didn't know, they worked it out eventually, that my favourite colour is blue, so it was only natural that if I was going to buy custom scales to buy blue ones. And then I also had the thought about, I wonder how the transparent scales wear, because you get a nice matte finish on your red scales. I don't know if the transparent ones wear the same well, if they look good or if they look bad, but I thought, my scale's broken, I'm buying some new ones, I might as well try it out anyway. So, here on the side is my dad's Swiss Army knife, which I'll be using to remove the scales, to show you if you haven't seen it before, and later on I'll show you how I put the new ones on. So, removing the scales are pretty simple. Just remove the toothpick, tweezers or any other accessories you might have in there. Some people have a little pin in here, don't forget that. Mine's meant to, it doesn't. Now it's relatively simple. You may need to use a knife. Oh geez, that's already cracked there as well, so weak point. Or that could have just been me forcing this underneath it right now. However, okay. Oh, well, the scale's already loose. It shouldn't be this loose. You shouldn't be able to stick your nail under there. However, I have been. If you can't get the screwdriver underneath it, just lever it off a little with your knife. How your scales are held on, they're actually held onto rivets, so you'll move it along. I think there's 3 rivets. At one now. And you just want to pop it off slowly but surely. There we go. So you can see the rivets, and you can see on my finger a little bit of the red plastic that's been ripped off around the rivets. And there's that. So yeah, I did a video a while back showing the quality difference between a real Swiss and a Chinese replica, and the quality difference is immense. I'll never be buying a Chinese replica ever again. That one's a little tight. There we go. And there we go. And as you can see again, a little bit of red just there where it's ripped off the plastic from where the rivet's been, because the rivets actually have a sharp edge on them. I assume that's to grab in and make it harder for them to come off. So yeah, pretty good. There's absolutely no adhesive, they're just held on by friction. So I'll just fix everything else up, get these scales ready and show you how to put them on. Right, now what you want to do is get some padding for your vise. You can put the scales on by hand, but it's just not going to work as well because the scales are held on by friction and they're a press fit. And if you look carefully, there's actually a sharp edge on each of the rivets, and that sharp edge is designed to bite into the holes. So just pressing them on with your fingers, you're not going to get enough pressure on them to get the required tension required to hold them on, or to push them the whole way on so they're a press fit. So first of all, you'll line them up and try and just get them sitting on because they are a little tight. So, okay. So these aren't something you want to put on and off regularly, because taking them off will rip out some of the plastic. That's why you saw the red rings around the rivets when I took the red ones off. Okay, so now they're somewhat held on. I'm going to sandwich it in between the scrap bits of felt I've got and put it in the vise. So now we've got it in the vise, you can see the gaps that are there, and I'm just going to slowly wind the vise in. You can see the gaps closing. Gone tight on one side, but they haven't gone tight on the underside. So just flip it around. See that one side just there is not on. So just flip it around. Back in the vise. Just take it out and pinch that one side. But overall it's a pretty simple procedure. And there we have it. The scales are pressed nicely. It's brand new. I can get my tweezers in there, and my toothpick in there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later in the next one. See you.